Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Elma. Today I'm going to be going through my game 35 team selection. I'm going to be activating my wildcard chip. But before we get into that, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe and also make sure you drop a like on the video. It really helps out the channel. Without wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So first we're going to start off with my Game Week 34 team review. We all know it was a double game week. Congratulations to the people who scored over 100 points and all those who got green arrows. But for people like me, scored 93 points with a -4, where overall points to 2,107 and a red arrow from 109 to 149,000. So in terms of points, they are really good points, but in terms of the rank, not a very good rank. We managed to Henderson. We had Henderson in goal, 5 points. Van Dijk, very disappointing double game week, I think with 2 points. We had Gabriel, back-to-back clean sheets, 12 points. Van Hecke came off the bench for Haaland, 0 points because they conceded 4 to Man City. Then you had Zabani, who scored 7 points, clean sheet in the first game, and a blank in the first game. Then you had Salah, very disappointing captain. Did not start the first game, then blanked in the second game. Saka managed to pick up an assist in the second game, but blanked in the first one. Then you had Eze, who performed well in the first game. Not so sure did anything in the second game. So 14 points. Gordon, who came off the bench for Palmer for 1 point. Solanke scored a penalty against Aston Villa for 8 points. We had the man of the week, Arteta. It is so good to have him in there. Many people went for him just because Kuna was injured. So if Kuna was fit, I don't think many people would have had Mateta. I'll have been one of the only few people to have him for the double game week. But it is what it is. Then we had Fabianski, 1 point on the bench, and then the rest of the bench 0 points. Palmer, Haaland did not play despite having fixtures expecting them to start for some good points, but did not play. Livramento stayed on the bench, I think, for their fixture, so 0 points from him as well. So that's the team for game 34. Very strong performance, but a drop in rank. So for that game 35, I'm able to improve on that. Now we're just going for top 100,000 and the goal of top 50,000. Hey, goals change during the course of the season. So yeah, hopefully get to top 100,000 right now. So now let's look at what the wildcard has in store for us. So we're going to start off with the defenders for the wildcard. Looking to just to mention, this is not the final wildcard team. It might change before the deadline because I'm recording this before the press conferences, so we might get to hear some injury news here and there. Then I might make some other transfers if that's the case. So we have Vicario in there against Arsenal and Chelsea. I'm not so sure about clean sheet in either of them. So maybe just some save points, just a double game week, so it gives me a stronger chance of getting those a lot of save points. Arsenal and Chelsea have a lot of shots. I know Chelsea do not have a lot of shots against Arsenal, but that's mainly because Palmer was not available. But I'd expect him to start against Spurs, so maybe a lot of save points. And yeah, maybe a clean sheet in one of the fixtures will be very much appreciated as well. And then we have Gusto, who's 75% chance of playing. But if you get any news, I think I'm going to be going for Kukurea instead. Just stay away from Chelsea defenders all in all. But for now, Gusto is in there against Aston Villa and Spurs. I think the easiest double game week in terms of paper between Spurs and Chelsea with Aston Villa and Spurs in there. Maybe hope for an assist. I'm not so sure about a clean sheet as well. Maybe an assist will be very much appreciated from Gusto. Then you have Dan Burn in there against Sheffield. Dan Burn seems undroppable at the moment for Newcastle. Is versatile, so if a centre back is out, he can play there. And Livramento can just slot into left back. But even if Livramento is fit and all the centre backs are fit, Dan Burn is still going to play at the left back position. So that's why I'm going to be going for Dan Burn in there. And finishing off the defense, I'm going to be going for Maguire. I couldn't afford Dalot at the moment, so I just went for the cheaper United option. And Maguire has been playing really well. Picked up two FPL assists in the during the game against Sheffield. Although they conceded, he still picked up two assists. You like to say, so that's why I've gone for him in there. I'm sure Dalot is a better option, but I think it's just a little bit expensive for the budget at the moment. So Maguire is going to be in there. So that's the defense. Now let's look at the midfield. So this is how the midfield is going to be looking like. You're going to be having Son in there, who I think I'm going to be captaining. Not an ideal fixtures to be captaining, but you all know Son against Arsenal, he always scores, and also against Chelsea, he always performs. So I'd expect him to perform in both fixtures, and I'm sure he's going to be able to perform. Then we have Bruno against Burnley. Bruno was so good against Sheffield, 2 goals and an assist. And I think he's the main man for United. He's on penalties, he's on most set pieces at the moment with the Luke Shaw being out. So I'm going to be going for Bruno in there. I've got the cheaper option in Garnacho, but I just think Bruno offers a little bit more. Then we have Foden against Nottingham Forest. Foden looked so good against Brighton. With City only having the league to play at the moment, I think Foden is going to play a lot of the remaining matches as they push for the title. So I'm going to be going for Foden in there. Then we have Gordon against Sheffield. Newcastle tend to play a lot better when they're at home. So I think against Sheffield, with them being at home, I think they're going to destroy Sheffield. They did in the first time they played, it ended like 8-0 or something. So I hope this time Gordon is going to be involved, and I hope for a similar score as well, with Gordon maybe scoring a hat trick of goals and assists together. Then we have Palmer finishing off the team. For now, I think he's still 75% likely to play because of the illness he had during the week. So I hope he's going to be back against for the double game. Maybe he's a better captaincy option because he's on penalties, and for some weird reason, whenever he plays, they tend to get a lot of penalties. So I hope he's going to play, and I'm sure he's also pushing for the golden boot as well. With Haaland, he's now leveled on 20, which is very good for him. So I hope that he's going to play, and I hope that he's going to perform against Aston Villa and Tottenham. So that's the midfield. Now let's look at the forward line. So for the forwards, we're going to be going for Jackson, who's going to be playing against Aston Villa and Spurs. I know Jackson has not been very good and prolific in front of goal. In fact, he's been very poor in front of goal, but he's getting a lot of chances, and one of these times is going to score one of those chances, and I hope it's going to be in this double game. Aston Villa and Tottenham, very good defenses. I don't think Tottenham have a very strong defense, but for sure Aston Villa have a very strong defense. It's going to be difficult, but it's getting a lot of chances, and I hope for this double game week is going to perform. Then finishing off the starting 11, we're going to be having Isaac against Sheffield. Slight concern that Wilson is back at the moment, but I think Isaac has been on top form. I don't think he's going to be dropped. He's been on form. He's still fighting for the Golden Boot as well. So I think he's going to be starting most of the games, and maybe Wilson is going to be subbed on because he's missed a chunk of the season so far. Then for the bench, you're going to be having Onana in there. The reason I've gone for Onana is for that double game 37 that is coming up as well. We're going to be using the bench boost. Then you're going to have Gabriel against Spurs. I just think Spurs are going to score. That's why I've gone for Gabriel on the bench. Then you have Van Hecke in there against Bournemouth. I'm thinking about putting a double game week defender in there, like Van de Ven. We're going to be doubling this week. So that's something I'm thinking about at the moment. And Van de Ven is cheap at 4.4 million. So why not? And maybe we don't know who's going to be the left back replacement for Udogi, who's out for the rest of the season. So maybe it's worth having Van Hecke in there, and we see who's going to be playing at the left back position, and maybe put him in there. I'm sure maybe it's going to be Emerson. We'll have to wait and see for their fixture against Arsenal to see who plays there. Then we have Haaland, who is at 50% chance of playing at the moment. But if he's going to be fit, I think it's going to be a benching dilemma for everyone using the wildcard chip. Let me know in the comments who you'd bench for Haaland if he's going to be playing, or will you just bench Haaland and hope it doesn't perform as well as your starting 11? But the team on the wildcard looks pretty solid. As I said, might make some changes here and there depending on the press conferences happening on Friday. And yeah, that's the team. Let me look at some other transfers I'm thinking of doing as well after this. So that's the team. Now let's look at my other transfer considerations as well. So as we look at my other transfer considerations, just a reminder, I usually post on Instagram and TikTok as well. So make sure you go check me out on those socials. The links are down in the description. Make sure you go check me out there. Uh, follow me on all those platforms. Also Twitter, I also post there a lot at the moment. So make sure you go check me there as well. So for the other considerations, I'm thinking about going for Varner just as a differential option, and also just to have an attacker from Spurs. I know their fixtures are not so good, they're not been performing really well, but at the end of the day, Varner is a very good differential option and also a very cheap option. I don't think there's very much difference between him and Jackson at the moment, so it's just 50-50 chance, but I'm leaning towards Jackson at the moment. But Varner is also someone I'm thinking about. We also have Kukurea in there as well as a consideration. I think if Gusto is going to be injured, I want to go for Kukurea. I know he doesn't offer the same attacking threat, but he's always attacking as well. Doesn't score a lot, but he's always in the box. You saw against Arsenal, he had that chance. Maybe if he took the shot first time, he could have been able to score, but he tried to go for the assist, which was close to going in from Enzo, but it's also a consideration I'm thinking about. Then the last one is going to be Garnacho in there. I know have Bruno in there, but Garnacho has also been playing really, really well. So that's something else too. That's someone else I'm considering going for, especially for that double game week 37. And that's not a good double game week, but it's Garnacho. He's been playing really well. He's been scoring against the big teams. There's also a very slight consideration as well. That's the considerations, and that's the wildcard team as you've seen. So, and yeah, that's it for this for this game of 35. Let me know in the comments who you are going to be going for. If you have any questions, my Instagram DMs are usually open. As I mentioned, the links are down in the description. And with that, I'd like to thank you all guys for watching. If you have managed to reach this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I apologize for the background noise, if at all it has been picked up. And with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.